one of my friends posted a quote that I want to talk about because it captures one of the things that I work with clients so often, but it kind of captures it in a little bit different way. And this was one thing that was really big for me in moving through a lot of negative expectations that I had on myself and working through a lot of things and kind of moving into a space that was much more helpful and healthy for me. So I want to talk about it. So the quote was by Adam Grant, and it says, "Work-life balance sets an unrealistic expectation of keeping different roles in steady equilibrium. Instead, strive for work-life rhythm. Each week has a repeating pattern of beats, job, family, friends, health, hobbies, that vary in accent in different durations." So that I feel like is so helpful in thinking about that. And if you have done the value clarification work and video, I'll include that here, but I talk about this and how to kind of do that in there as well. But this is kind of a little spin on it. So some metaphors work different for other people, so I always like to talk about things in different ways, because sometimes you'll maybe really connect with something and sometimes you won't. So talking about things in different ways is really helpful. But basically challenging the idea that there is some balance that we find that's just perfect and everything is just totally balanced and zen and just great is just false and not helpful and not healthy, because we never have that. And if we don't have that and then we feel bad about it, then we always just feel bad and we never have it, and then we always feel bad and we never have it, and just keep cycling this really negative, unhelpful cycle. So the way I've taught this in the past is that everything sort of has a season and that that's okay. So in the other video, in the other exercise, I have you clarify your top 5 values. So what are my top 5 values? So let's say that's like family, job, health and fitness, like things like that. So what are my top 5 things? And then if I have those top 5 things, I know that at some point those need to get energy. And those are the things that are important to me. And if I'm gonna be the happiest I can be, that means that those things need to be getting energy. But again, the idea that they're getting equal energy all the time is just not ever gonna happen. And it's, if you have big goals, so if you have really big career goals or really big fitness goals, or you're developing a hobby, or maybe you have a new family, a new kid, new babies, right? That's gonna take a lot of your energy. All of those things are going to take probably the majority of your energy, and that's okay. So this idea that everything has a season. So maybe right now is your season to kind of really focus on your career. You have a lot of things coming up. You have some big goals. That means your work's going to take more energy and time than these other things. That doesn't mean that they're not important, and it means that you need to revisit them at some point and check in with them and see how you can kind of put your energy there when you have it. But it's okay that your work takes more energy now. Same thing for all of the other values and all of the other things that are important to you. I think the important part is, one, to challenge this idea that they're all balanced, because that's not helpful. And two, to be checking in enough to know if you're spending your energy in the wrong places. So in the past, when I've done the value clarification exercise, my energy has been spent mostly in values that weren't even in my top 5 or 10. And that's when I'm looking at it like, what am I doing? That's why I'm not happy. I'm spending all of my time on things that don't really matter to me and don't make me happy. So it's really important to be checking in with these things and be recognizing things. And maybe you've been kind of slacking on one area, and that's because you've been busy. Then you can say, you know what, it's okay that I haven't put a lot of energy into this because I've been really busy with these other important things, but I know that this is important. So I'm gonna schedule some time for that, because I know I have some time coming up next week or next month, so I'm gonna be sure to schedule that. And maybe that's reconnecting with family or friends, or a hobby that you really enjoy that you haven't been spending much time in. So I want you to check in with those things. And if you need help, again, do the value clarification exercise, and the video walks you through that. But it's really great to check in with those things and do it kind of often. I do it at least once a year, maybe twice a year, so I can check in and see, okay, I'm doing pretty well, I'm spending my energy pretty well, but I've been really caught up in this thing and I probably don't need to be putting as much energy there, so I'm gonna refocus and shift into this thing. So I think that's all that can really kind of help you feel a little bit better and feel more in control and just feel happier and like you're doing what you want and need to do and you feel fulfilled by that. So this idea of beats, I really like, right? So throughout the week or throughout the month or throughout the year, there will be different beats and it will kind of change rhythm sometimes. Maybe you'll have more beats in one area. Again, that's fine, but just think about that rhythm. And I like this idea of the kind of rhythm being your top 5 values. So this is your value clarification song, right? And each important area is a different beat. So just kind of keep in mind that we want to have all those beats in the song, but sometimes maybe one beat won't be there for, a couple minutes of the song, and that's okay. But we want to bring it back in at some point. So those are kind of my thoughts on this. I hope that's helpful for you. If you want me to send you, any of these things, any worksheets with the value clarification or that other video or anything, just let me know. You can always also submit any questions to me. I have my Ask Diana form open, so you can go on my website and submit an anonymous question, and I will respond to you and shoot a video on it. So utilize those resources if they're helpful to you. If not, that's totally fine. But I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.